This is Hannibal from the HannibalTV.com. Hugo Savinovich, who's a former WWE Spanish announcer who works for AAA Lucha Libre, now left me a message to post earlier today, and it wasn't the best quality, so some people have asked me to clarify what he said on the message. It was related to the WWE wrestlers plane allegedly being held in Saudi Arabia. Hugo Savinovich's wife recently passed away. God bless her. I know she had been having health issues for a while. He has contacts throughout the wrestling business. One of them is a WWE executive that he says called him to give his condolences about the passing of his wife. Well, on the phone with this executive, the executive also told him that the reason the airplane was held that caused many wrestlers to miss the SmackDown tapings was not in reality from a mechanical problem. According to what he says, this executive said, there is a lot of Saudi money owed to WWE right now. So in retaliation for this, WWE purposely cut the feed of Crown Jewel for a period of time during the telecast on Halloween in Saudi Arabia. They wanted to apparently make it look like a mistake, but according to what I understand, it seems like the Saudi people realized that the cutting of the feed was done on purpose. So in retaliation, just before the wrestlers' flight was about to take off, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia ordered to have all the wrestlers taken off this Atlas Air flight before the plane actually left the ground, and the flight was delayed long enough for them to have to rewrite the whole SmackDown show and charter an NXT flight from Florida to Buffalo to put the NXT wrestlers and the SmackDown wrestlers place. Savinovich also says he has a Saudi Arabia wrestling contact that he's known all the way back from the days when he was doing VHS tapes for WWC Puerto Rico. And he says this Saudi Arabia contact has confirmed the WWE executive's story with him. So again, this is all hearsay. This is a credible source, though, Hugo Savinovich. He's legitimately worked a long time for WWE, legitimately has contacts in the wrestling industry, and there's been a lot of reports that a lot of weird stuff was going on with that flight. And he's even brought up the point, if WWE knew the flight was going to be delayed, why didn't they just put some of those wrestlers on commercial airlines so they could have still made it back to the States in time? But they didn't do that. So there is something fishy about the whole situation on why those wrestlers were held in Saudi Arabia for so long. Here is the clip that he left me again for those who haven't heard it.
Yeah, it was a very difficult and dangerous situation because of the fact that Saudi Arabia had already been in serious trouble with when they killed that reporter in Turkey at the embassy. So the boys were they were very, very concerned. Vince had left the country already and Brock had his own plane. It was just about big money, millions of dollars, and Vince got upset and he cut the feed for Saudi Arabia, and that got the prince upset, and it stopped him from leaving the country and got him off the plane. So basically, what they do is they were trying to originally making the it looked like it was just a mechanical situation, but an executive from the company who had called to my wife had died, so they were just calling to comfort me at the same time. All that I was told was not to mention any names, but they were concerned. They were very concerned, and a friend of mine from Saudi Arabia that I've known for years and years, since the era of the VHS tapes that I used to do from Puerto Rico, and he also gave me the scoop about what had happened on at the airport. So a lot of people will be talking more about it. The boys are very upset. So I don't know what the deal is. Of course, we always know that money talks. And if Vince gets the millions of dollars and maybe that Middle East, the big TV contract, because it didn't happen, and in one day he lost over $200 million. So it's a very complicated situation, but the talent was I don't want to use the word kidnap, but you were in the kingdom, and the guys, were stopped from leaving the country. So it is bull that happened with